Good morning to everyone. I am Devesh Banerjee, Head of the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Department. Today, I discuss the next sampling technique, which is flat top sampling. This technique is the practical method. Okay, this is the practical method of sampling technique. Next is the top of the sample. The top of the sample is flat. Flat means it is constant. Okay. Here the flat means it is the constant pulse. Or top of the sample or top of the pulse is constant. Okay. Next, its generation. Okay. Its generation is very easy. Okay. The generation of flat top sampling is very easy. Okay. And here also rectangular pulse is used. Okay, here rectangular pulse is used, so this sampling technique is also called rectangular pulse sampling. Okay, so this sampling technique is also called the rectangular pulse sampling. And here the top of the sample or top of the sample in this pulse is constant. Okay, to generate the flat top sampling, sample and hold circuit is used. Hold circuit is used. So by the use of sampled and hold circuit, we can generate the flat top sampling. So here the sample and hold circuit. Okay, the input is xt, which is called the baseband signal or message signal, and here the rectangular pulse. Here the two input, one input and another input. The output of the sample and hold circuit is flat top sample. Okay, this process is quite easy than other sampling technique. Okay, so the flat top sampling is, generation of the flat top sampling is very easy than other two sampling technique. This is the sample and hold circuit. This is the block diagram of sample and hold circuit, where two input signal is applied to the sample and hold circuit, and output of the sample and hold circuit is flat top sample. Here this is the baseband signal xt. Okay, this is the baseband signal xt. xt is the baseband signal. Okay, and here also a impulse signal also used. Impulse signal, which is used the instantaneous sampling. This is the impulse signal. This is the impulse signal. Okay, this is the 0, this is the TS, this is the 2 TS, 3 TS. Okay, and here minus TS, here minus 2 TS, here minus 3 TS. And the impulse signal is denoted by del TS. We have already known. Next, these two signal xt and del ts is multiplied each other, okay, and generate the st. So st is the multiplication of xt into del ts. So if these two signal is multiplied and generate the xt, so the signal waveform of st is this type, okay. The signal waveform of this signal st signal is this type, okay. This is the st, which is the multiplication of xt and del ts, okay. This is called the st, which is the instantaneous sampling technique, okay. And then we know the rectangular pulse train. We know the rectangular pulse train is denoted by ht, okay. Rectangular pulse train or rectangular pulse signal is denoted by ht, which is this type of rectangular pulse. This is the rectangular pulse, okay. This is the rectangular pulse which is denoted by ht, okay. And output of the sample and hold circuit is denoted by gt, okay. Sample and hold circuit is denoted by gt, means we have the block diagram. This is the sample and hold circuit, and here is denoted by xt, and here the two input is ht, okay. And output of the sample and hold circuit is gt, okay. Here two signal, xt is baseband signal and ht is the pulse signal. Rectangular pulse signal is applied to the sample and hold circuit, and output of the sample and hold circuit is denoted by gt, which is impulse sampling, okay, which is impulse sampling, or also called the flat top sampling, okay. So here xt, this is the xt and this is the ht, okay, the rectangular pulse train or rectangular pulse, okay. So gt is equal to, so output is called the gt, so gt is equal to st into ht, okay. So gt is the multiplication of st means this signal and ht means this signal, okay. So if we multiply by this signal and generate the impulse sampling or flat top sampling, the figure of flat top sampling is here. The figure of flat top sampling, so this is the figure of flat top sampling, okay. This is the xt, okay, and we get the flat top sampling. This is the top sample. Top of the sample is flat, so it is called the flat top sampling, okay. This is called the flat top sampling, okay. This is called the flat top sampling. This is the flat top sample, okay. Because the top of the sample is flat, each pulse is flat, okay. This is the positive side and this is the negative side. Positive sides of the pulse is also flat and negative side of the pulse is also flat. So it is called the flat top sample. Okay, next we discuss the circuit diagram. Next we discuss the circuit diagram of flat top sample. Okay, circuit diagram of flat top sample. Okay, this is the circuit diagram of flat top sample, or the circuit diagram of sample and hold circuit. Sample and hold circuit. Okay, this is the circuit diagram of sample and hold circuit. So here the circuit diagram of sample and hold circuit. There are two FET is used. This is one FET, okay, and another FET is used. And here also a capacitor is used. This is the C. This is the FET, means field effect transistor. Okay, this is called the G1 gate. This is the G2 gate. Okay, this is the XT. Okay, this is the here applied del TS and here applied the HT. Okay, here applied the del TS and here applied the HT. Okay, del TS is impulse signal and HT is a rectangular pulse signal, and the output is GT. Okay, so first we consider the XT and next we consider the del TS. Next we generate the ST, which is the multiplication of XT and del TS. Okay, next we generate the GT, which is the multiplication of ST and HT. Okay, this is the formula of generation of sample and hold circuit. So first we consider the XT, which is called the baseband signal, and del ST is the impulse signal. Okay, then ST is the multiplication of XT and del TS. Okay, and next GT, which is called the output of the sample and hold circuit. So it is the multiplication of ST, means this signal, and HT means rectangular pulse. So if we multiply ST and rectangular pulse, which is denoted by HT, and generate the GT, which is the flat top sampling pulse. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram of sample and hold circuit. Okay, this is the circuit diagram of sample and hold circuit. Here two FET is used. This is the FET 1, this is the FET 1, and this is the FET 2. Okay, here two FET, field effect transistor, two FET is used when XT is applied, when G1 and G2 is the gate of FET 1 and G2 is the gate of FET 2. Gate 1, G1 is called sample switch. G1 is called the sample switch. Okay, and G2 is called the discharge switch. Okay, so G1 is called the sample switch and G2 is called the discharge switch. So first when the pulse is applied at G1, when the pulse is applied at G1, when the pulse is applied at G1 and baseband signal is XT is applied to the FET, so capacitor is charged. So first is capacitor is fully charged when G1 is on. Okay, so key capacitor C is charged. Okay, when G1 is off and G2 is on, okay, capacitor C is discharged. So when the capacitor is charged and when the capacitor is discharged. When the capacitor is charged, when the capacitor is charged, this is the charging time and this is the storage time. Okay, and here the capacitor is discharged. So a pulse wave is generated. And this is called and this pulse is called a rectangular pulse sampling or flat top sampling. This is the basic idea of flat top sampling. Okay, thank you.